Ooh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got game 3 of 4 here for Starladder America Group Stage Day 1. I'm Zyori. With me once again is the mighty Merlini, and we've got Team Evil Geniuses up against Team eHug. What's the good word, Merlini?
We'll finally see some sort of Mason action, but he won't be he won't be on the team that he's actually on the roster for.
Mason standing. Oh god, that's funny. You're right. Mason is on the official Team Dog roster.
I think he'll probably be playing. Actually, I don't know, because Zai usually plays support, right? And Universe usually plays.
Well, sometimes it varies.
Yeah,
Sometimes Zai goes off lane.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, EG is one of those teams that are a lot more flexible with their roles and how they do stuff. PPD is pretty much exclusively support. RTZ is pretty much exclusively mid. And I guess Fear is kind of exclusively position 1. But
He should be.
yeah, Zai and Universe, they flux a little bit.
Got the Ember. Here they go. So eHug just did not have a good run at the Monster Invitational, and we don't really have high hopes for them here. I mean, you might. Do you have high hopes for them?
eHug?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I want them to do well. Does that count as high hopes?
There is 83-17 in favor of EG. That's. I think
That's brutal,
That's-
but appropriate.
brutal but appropriate. Maybe like 80-20.
Yeah, I mean, 83 is high. That's like, it's a value bet. You know, that's one you just put a rare out there. The payout's pretty high. It's worth the gamble.
I don't know if
maybe.
I'd put a value bet there. It's within the realm of reason.
Yeah, I don't. EG is the obvious heavy favorite here. I think no doubt about it. The Team eHug guys, I like them. I like that
Nice.
they're easy to work with. Every time I see them in a tournament, they're not running around trolling. They're not joining caster slots, confusing admins that don't know
They're
who they
here
are.
early.
Yeah, they are. They're always there early. They're tagged up, ready
They're professional.
to go. They're the definition of professional. You know, and I can respect that. But the next step is just stepping up their plays a little bit. You know, making some big splash and finally getting a big win under their belt. So this could be big. Some rares could be lost here if eHug can pull out an upset. So
That's very unlikely.
long story short, I want to have hope, but on paper, I don't know.
They don't. eHug doesn't surprise me ever. That's the thing. It's never like, oh man, they did really well this time. When I
Right.
didn't expect them to.
Like the other day when we saw Relax versus Empire, that was an obvious Empire was heavily favorite. And then Relax, they're looking down, and then all of a sudden they do that really crafty Roche play, baiting with their Ember Spirit. It's like, okay, you guys still didn't win, but I see what you were going for. That was a big play. You're making
or
steps in the
Insane
right
today,
direction.
When Insane played Empire,
I didn't see that.
it
game. I was
was
sleeping.
They didn't get rolled. They
Yeah.
held up pretty well.
Yeah.
And they lost, but they lost. It was a good loss.
Yeah,
They learned a lot. They showed that they are actually in contention and can give really good teams a good run for their money. And eHug, sometimes I just don't feel the same about them. It's like, well, I probably know that they're going to lose, and they're not going to put up an amazing fight. They might put up they just like, I don't know. It's like a slap to the face in a boxing match.
Yeah, one thing about eHug, it sort of seems like they're not a team that plays well from behind. Like it feels like they get demoralized kind of easily.
They're
like-
not a resilient team.
Yeah, like once they start to fall behind in a game, they lose their composure a bit. Does that sound fair?
They just lose a lot.
Trying to be nice about it, man.
That
You're
is true.
Yeah, I mean they do lose a lot, but you don't have to be so honest about it. Jeez.
I mean,
At least find an artistic way to say it. Like, you know, they
almost
they
win.
lose more than they win. I don't know. Maybe that's not much nicer.
They lose a lot, but also they play really good teams all the time too.
That is
Like,
very true.
A lot of the teams just make them look bad just because they're a lot better. And you know,
That's true.
when you're right below tier 1, it's a tough life.
Mhm.
Like you're not good enough to compete with the bad boys all the time, the big boys,
Yeah,
whatever you want to
the
call
sad
them.
boys, as
sad boys.
as it were.
But you're too good for the tier 2 teams. And in North
Yeah.
America, with a really small competitive pool, it's not an
Yeah.
easy life. But
It's
eHug, I have a lot of respect for these guys. Hopefully they can surprise me. Please do. Evil Geniuses, heavy favorites here. They have been on fire with RTZ on
And
their roster.
as luck be have it, they start off with 2 fire heroes, Ember Spirit and Bat
Shadow
Rider.
Demon has a little flame going on in his little.
Yeah.
What do you
It's
even
a-
call that?
It's a Shadow Flame. His pauldrons, perhaps.
Pauldrons. It's like in his head though. It's like around his skull.
His helmet. He's just got a fiery skull. Shadow Demon's he's a scary motherfucker, man.
He is.
I would not want to tango with that guy if I was in the realm of Dota. eHug with a pretty well-rounded opener here. They'll grab Clockwork and Lifestealer. Clockwork, a hero that's been a pretty big playmaker. And Lifestealer, well, he's a pretty good carry, but I'm really not a fan of Lifestealer. As you've said many a time, this is not
He's
his
alright.
patch.
He's a 5th pick.
Yeah.
He's not he might be a 4th pick. He's not a 1, 2, or 3 pick. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely true. He does pair nicely with the Clockwork, but
He gets just styled on by so many heroes.
Yeah.
Like Weaver, Bat Rider, Shadow Demon, Like Abaddon, Dazzle, Starladder, like all these heroes just like poop on this guy. Timbersaw, like I don't know, it isn't his patch.
Lifestealer can still be good. He can still win games that have an impact, but he's just slow to come online, and he's still so single target based. When you have a hero like Ember Spirit who can do all that AoE damage in the mid game, sometimes you can just get run over before Lifestealer ever even really starts to hit his
You have to
stride.
have a strat based around Lifestealer. Like
Yes.
I think you have to have an Infest Bomb almost like all the time now.
I think so too.
Because the rage is just so important to get so much out of it, especially with the cooldown reduction or cooldown. It's made longer. 19 seconds.
Yes,
So-
less uptime.
Yeah, less uptime, and it used to be 15-second cooldown, so you'd have a very large window where you could just kill people. If not, whatever, Infest reset, and then you don't have to wait so long. But 4 seconds is a really long time.
Yeah.
And he just needs to kill someone in the first rage, because by the time second rage comes around, your team fight is usually already lost by then. So you need it. You just need to be up there personal in the fight. You're not going to get a blink on him. You're not going to get a Shadow Blade. So that means someone needs to carry you into the fight.
Yeah, and Evil Geniuses will grab Slark with their 4th pick, and they have so many heroes to deal with this Lifestealer. You mentioned Bat Rider
Yeah,
and
Slark
Shadow
is good
Demon are
too.
2. Slark is also he's so good against
Bane's
Lifestealer.
really good. Bane's fairly
Anyone who's
popular.
elusive, anyone who can stop Lifestealer from being up in your face, and Slark, he fits the
Pretty
bill,
much
man.
all of these
Shadow
heroes
Dance.
can.
Yeah.
They have Demonic Purge, they have Lasso, they have Firefly over Terrain, they have Shadow Dance, Pounce, as well as Fiery Remnant.
Yeah.
So this is all excluding Rage too, like outside of Rage, and then inside of Rage you have Demonic Purge, you have Pounce offensively, you have Flame Break, you
Shadow
have,
Dance to get away.
Yeah, you have Shadow Dance to get away. You have Fiery Searing Chains. It's like life's gonna be hard for this Lifestealer, and they don't even have favorable matchups in any of the lanes too. Like Clockwork can't really win a one-on-one against a Bat Rider or a Slark. He usually doesn't win his one-on-one anyways. But again, like even if he initiates in, it's still gonna be a difficult life. If he initiates in on a Slark, just pounces, or he can just turn on the Clockwork. Doesn't even matter.
eHug are going to have their work cut out for him, no doubt. And, I have to say, I like the 4th ban on Morphling. I like banning Morphling against EG. I think Arteezy is almost an exception to my hate of Morphling, because they take him solo mid, and Arteezy plays him differently. Arteezy actually uses Replicate to try and bait out other ultimates.
Really? See, that's what the strength of the skill is.
I mean, I saw it in the finals against Cloud9. He got to play Morphling a few times, and there were a few times. I think he baited out a Lasso a few times with the Replicate. He actually uses the hero to his fullest potential. He doesn't always go Lincoln straight into E-Blade. And when he gets E-Blade, at least a few of the games that I saw, it was like paired with the Nyx or some other magic damage, so they could actually burst somebody down beyond just the shotgun, which
I don't think it'd be good in this game.
No,
But I don't think they even should have banned out Morphling in this game. But I think that EG does utilize Morphling very well.
So they do it a lot differently. It's none of that tri-lane, morph lane bullshit. I mean, maybe they do that
No,
sometimes.
he needs safe lane solo farm or solo mid. He needs solo. He needs levels.
So I'm the point that I'm trying to make is I like the way Arteezy plays morph lane compared to most of the other styles of morph lane.
He is not a tri-lane hero. Get that hero out of tri-lanes.
Forget about it.
Forget about him.
Yeah.
Or just let the other team pick him and just crush them.
Yeah.
And just make him look clowny.
Yeah, but if you're again, if every time it's like watching a Tinker that doesn't flux. Every time I watch a Morphling that doesn't use Replicate, it's like, why did you pick him? Why are you using this hero?
Yeah, you might as well just pick a anti-mage. I think.
You might as well just pick any other hard carry that's going to sit there and farm.
Anti-mage, I think, is just much better to look, because like, they're similar, right? They have split push. They take a long time to get online. You need 2 items on both of them, and they have minor AoE damage. You can be up in their face because you're relatively tanky, but yeah, they serve different purposes. Anti-mage is a melee hero. He's manta based. He's better at split pushing. He's blink, and yeah, Morphling, he's just replicate. Replicate is just so important on that hero. If you don't use that skill properly, it is a terrible hero.
Yep, that is definitely true, my friend. eHug did burn most of their bonus time for that 4th pick as we were talking about Morphling there. And they settle on the Crystal Maiden. Talk about a hero that has fallen off. We have seen so little Crystal Maiden action.
She's still
over the
alright.
past
I
week or
think
so.
it's well deserved. She shouldn't be first pick every game. I don't think any hero should be first pick every game. If so, then that means that the balance is just not there.
So that means Ember Spirit is not balanced right now?
I think he is balanced. I just don't think teams can play against him well.
Some of it is that he's just new to the scene. So it's
We saw
like
Ember
he's
Spirit just
extra.
get rolled today. He was 4-0-4, had free farm, and then just did absolute crap.
Yeah. He's a very finesse hero. I think he really thrives in the hands of somebody like Dendi who can really use the Fire Remnants well. But
I think one special thing about this game is that no one actually picked or banned Doom. which is very unusual. I think a Clock Doom would have been a much stronger opener against an Ember.
Yeah, I'd say so. Doom's really good against Slark as well.
Mm-hmm.
So eHug kind of drafted themselves in the corner. That's part of the reason you don't want to grab a second pick Lifestealer too.
This is a weird. It's not necessarily a weird draft. It's like a retro draft. Like all these heroes are good and they had their heyday, but at the same time they're not that good versus Evil Genius. It's kind of new school lineup, which is like Bat Rider, who's made a resurgence, Ember Spirit, who is probably one of the hottest picks right now, and it looks like it will be Arteezy on the Ember Spirit. I'll go ahead and introduce Team Evil Geniuses. We have Peter Pandam on the Shadow Demon, Fear on the one position Slark. We have Arteezy on the solo mid, Ember Spirit, Universe on the offlane Bat Rider, Mason on the support Ruik.
On the Dire side, we've got Team eHug. It will be Cakes playing on the Clockwork, headed to the off lane. In the mid, it will be Ryu Borez playing on the Fairy Dragon Puck. Pandago will be supporting on the Crystal Maiden, slated for the top lane. I'm a Sheep will be on the Marana up in the top as well. Looks like another support Marana this game, something that we didn't talk about in the picking phase, but interesting to note. And Jiggle Billy, position 1 Lifestealer. I'm curious, Merlini, what are your thoughts about Jiggle Billy as a player and
I actually
personality?
haven't seen him.
No, you never watched his stream?
No. I've never seen him play out in competitive, actually.
He's a ex-Han guy.
I hear he's quite the character.
Yes, I think he might have the record on amount of times his stream has been shut down on Twitch TV. He tends to push the boundaries of comedic humor, as some may say. But I guess he's cleaning up his act a little bit.
Why doesn't EG have banners?
Trying to go mainstream.
See, this is professional. eHug has banners right here. EG doesn't. Why no banners?
They did at the Monster Invitational, so I don't know. That's weird. How did the banners work? I thought they were part of the team profile.
They are.
That's really weird. They definitely had them at the Monster Invitational. I remember seeing them as it had the big Monster logo.
There might be 2 different EG teams then. I'm not sure.
there must be 2.
Well, I mean, they have the banner on the top though. They have the team pennant. I don't know. It's strange.
That is weird. That's an interesting thing to point out, Merlini. Send an email to Alex Garfield. Let him know.
It's not my problem. It's his problem. I'm just wondering.
The Merlini police. He's just
I don't actually care.
Not actually gonna make the call. So all right, Ember Spirit versus Puck mid. It looks like Ember could be off to a rocky
start. Look at this from
Yep,
Pandago. So.
he's hasted up and
no, he wants that. He wants that chicken, man.
He's looking for it.
He went a no regen build. Actually, that's not true.
Tangos.
He got 1 Tango.
You're crazy.
This is where Ryu Board is just like, hey, I'll let you have last hit, and it makes it look like you don't really want to give him last hit. So his bottle, 650 gold. I hear it probably cha-ching when you have it on your quick buy. He buys it. It's on its way. Let's watch Pandago. Can he snipe this? Throw.
All right. The question is, will Arteezy take the path around the trees, or will he do this rather greedy style and just run into the lane?
Well, the thing about a CM, you usually expect her to go into the jungle.
Oh, there it is. Courier, one more. And Arteezy does get the bottle off before it goes down, so the Courier falls, but still a little bit unfortunate. Now Ryu Borez will move into the tower. He takes a slight assist.
That's smart by Pandago, though. Like, and with a different hero, you might expect it, but with CM, you don't. Because she's jungling at level 1. Who doesn't do that? Besides Pandago.
It's true. It's one of those things. Nature's prophet is the normal.
So they're surprising me. I like this.
All right, eHug turning it around. They're ready with the surprise. They want.
I hope they have more tricks up their sleeve.
They want some of that Merlini love, man.
I give them love. I give them hugs.
Unfortunate that Arteezy was able to grab the bottle, though. We'll still slow them down. He can't bottle crow now, but if they had denied the bottle, that would have been an even bigger play. So still, very nicely done. Aside from the Courier snipe, though, I would think it's safe to say Puck has an advantage over Ember in the mid lane.
Yes.
And it seems Arteezy's doing quite well, though.
Arteezy's Ember is different than
Arteezy. He's a whole other ball game. He's on a different tier of
mid
heroes.
His solo mid, he just crushes in most matchups that he shouldn't. And you have to have a really good solo mid to make sure that he doesn't get out of control. And first step is killing the chicken. But at the same time, he's even on CS, even in this underhanded matchup. And I think generally as it goes on, it gets worse for Ember Spirit. Although he's actually not going for the Flame Guard build, which is very unusual, especially for a magic-based damage hero like Puck.
Yeah. Arteezy showing how
it's all about the deeps, man.
How brave he is. Yeah, that's like that's such an Arteezy.
Well, I mean, he
play
does
right
have
there.
bottle. You can just pretend he doesn't have Flame Guard and play it like any other melee hero.
Yeah,
right?
It's true. But even without a stout shield as well, I mean, I feel like Ryu Borez should be able to harass him quite effectively. See how much those right clicks do without a shield.
He is.
And yeah, Arteezy being very smart about these bottle charges. Their courier will be up in about a minute 15, so still a little ways off before he can start bottle crowing.
But Ryu Borez is doing a good job of constantly harassing and making sure he has to think twice about getting those creep kills. And without, I don't think he knows that he doesn't have Flame Guard.
Yeah, probably not. And
There's
whoa,
so much damage.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Well, you will be able to sip up that bottle. Let's take a look at some of these other lanes, though. How's Cake's doing in the off lane? Close to level 3. Now creeps are shoving into his tower. He will ding that
There's
mark.
nothing going on there.
And yeah, and how is the other off laner doing? It is Bat Rider. He is just about level 4 as well. Pretty even, although actually Bat Rider doing well in last hits. 15-0 against the 4-0 Clockwork here. You know, now every time I say "oh," I keep thinking about what you told me about how "oh" isn't a number. Every time I say it, that's all I can think.
My brother did that to me. I'm just like, man,
it's awful. It makes me stumble.
It's
I think,
true.
Fuck,
It's true though, man.
It's true.
Don't mislead people.
I know. Yeah, it's confusing all those people that think "oh" is actually a number. I don't know. Hopefully, they're not coming to me for advice on numbers versus letters. So, very quiet early game here, though. 0-0 at the 4-minute mark.
No rune luck for Ryu. He had full control of top rune, and looks like Arteezy's going to be able to get it down on bottom, too. Wait, maybe Ryu might contest it, but that's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah.
He might... Yeah, I don't know where he was
around.
going. But now Arteezy has a haste rune, so I think Puck's actually in a little bit of danger. You can't actually phase shift during searing chains. It's like a root-based spell, so
Ooh.
that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I guess that is one thing that Ember Spirit brings to the table over Puck. Ryubora is doing well in terms of last hits, though. He is 20-12 against the 12-4 Ember, so he is doing a good job denying and also still winning the last hit battle. Arteezy, curious to see if he goes for a Midas here or not.
I don't think they need to.
No, but that
They have the Bat Rider who's doing well, so I think they need to pump out a lot of aggression once he gets his Blink Dagger, and I don't think that Midas fits that well into that game plan. I also don't think Ember Spirit's that good with Midas. You either go Battle Fury or you go Phase Drums or Arcane Bottle. Like one of those.
Yeah, he is not a classic Midas hero, but this is Arteezy that we're talking about, Merlini.
This is true. Attack speed is just garbage on him.
Yeah, it really is. So we'll see. But holding it steady. Anybody getting a clear edge here in the laning phase? eHug about 600 gold ahead, but EG actually have the experience advantage. Some of that, I'm sure, is coming from the Crystal Maiden, who has been spending quite a bit of time in the jungle. Marana, leeching some experience in the top lane, is just about to hit level 4. And Jiggle Billy, he's well on his way to level 6. And an interesting build. Not going open wounds max level. Is level 3 rage kind of regular here?
It depends on what you think is going to happen in lane. If you need to initiate, then you definitely go at least 2-1-2. But
Universe could be in some trouble here.
If he had more, I think they'd be able to do something to him.
Yeah, that's...
Well, he just, like, popped over. That's
unfortunate.
He was, like, over here, and then his Firefly ran out, and then he just, like, popped over down here. That's pretty cool. Some terrain stuff going on.
Bat Rider can't swim.
Well, there's no tree. There's, like, if there were a gap in these trees, then he'd be stuck up there, but there's no gap.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, we missed the first blood.
They're always on top of each other anyways. It's really difficult in a melee versus melee one-on-one matchup to get first blood. But Clockwork was out of mana quite some time ago. I'm not exactly sure how, but Fear definitely does know the skill build on Stark. You want to go to value point. Oh, Ryu's taking a lot of damage.
And he will hop back. Arteezy trying to pursue. He did throw the Sleight of Fist, but fortunately off the mark.
Yeah, he thought he was going up.
And Fear did grab an Oov as well, which is very good against Clockwork in a solo matchup.
Yeah, Clockwork is shut down pretty darn hard. He's level 5. Fear is almost level 8. Yikes. That is scary.
That Slark is going to be
Clock
out of
is
control.
9 last hits compared to 41. Fear is just dominating Clockwork. I mean, I don't think of Clockwork as a bad one-on-one hero, but I don't expect him to lose this badly.
It shouldn't be that one-sided, even though
you just like cog
have an
spam.
edge.
Especially against a melee hero, you just cog spam, make sure he doesn't have any mana. But
yeah,
it looks like something's just not going on.
Ryuborez could be in some trouble as he takes the bolas, and he will be able to phase shift back to the orb, but... You know, Ember doing pretty well against Puck. Arteezy
went a very offensive build, though.
Yeah, still not winning the last hit battle, but, I mean, Arteezy definitely giving Ryuborez a run for his money and forcing him out of lane. Puck's going to have to walk back to the well. And I'm a Sheep will rotate in. He wants to pick up some solo XP.
Yep, not too much going on here.
Yeah, very quiet game here for our game 3.
But Universe, he's well on his way to Blink Dagger. 1,500 gold after his bottle. Doing very well. It's 42 CS. That's pretty... I still don't understand how that other guy got... How Mag got Blink Dagger at 8 minutes in a solo offlane. Like, this is what Bat Rider would get, but he has 40 CS.
And there's a Dream Coil up top. 2 ports coming in from EG. I don't think they'll have the damage to finish him off. Jiggle Billy maybe overcommitting. Will infest one of the Radiant creeps here.
He's so gone.
It is Mason and Fear that joined the fray. But yeah, Lifestealer, he's in some big trouble.
Nice reaction from his team, though.
They actually get a kill on the Mirana as well in the mid lane. That was an Arteezy PPD kill. So multiple kills coming out across the map, but now EG starting to pick up some momentum, shutting down the core heroes of Team eHug.
This is scary. And Cakes has just not really been involved. He's trying to pick up on some levels. He's not level 6 yet.
Oops, sorry about that.
He's not level 6 yet.
Crash.
And he is just trying to farm it up. And I mean, EG, they just responded so well to that gank on top, though. I think Fear is one of the few carries that will actually TP that early to save his offlaner.
Yeah, it was really good reaction. That's definitely true. They were on point and forced eHug back. I mean, even Batrider, they just didn't have enough damage to drop that Batrider fast enough. He's not really that tanky. He doesn't have anything as he's pulling up the gold for Blink, but they were still unable to kill him with the open wounds and Dream Coil. That is the Blink Dagger up on Universe, though. Just about a 9-minute Blink, pretty decently timed. And now the aggression will start for EG. Ryuborez will pick up a Haste Rune from the bottom position here. Did spawn at the 8-minute mark, looking for a kill perhaps onto PPD. But support is inbound. We see rotations coming in from Arteezy, as well as Slark Orb off the mark.
Orb.
Oh, no.
I still think PPD's dead, though.
Yeah. He will fall, but Ryuborez, he'll try and pour it out. Do they have an interrupt? They do not.
Oh, did he miss? He missed the Searing Chains. That should have been an easy kill.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, to be fair, Puck should have hit the Illusory Orb,
It should have been an easy getaway there. Yeah, that's for sure.
But, all in all, things starting to shape up a little bit for eHug.
Yeah, kind of. EG with a pretty sizable
Look how
experience
deep
lead,
Fear's
though.
going.
Yeah, I mean, just look at how bold they can be. It is just a Crystal Maiden who's sitting level 5.
But, I mean, this is T1 tower 10 minutes in with not that many kills on the map. You should be a little bit more scared going in that deep.
Yeah, I mean, look at Fear. He's almost level 9. Does have an ultimate available, ready to come around the backside if they can set up a kill. It's already about a 2,500 experience edge for EG. Gold Graph, much more comparable, somewhere around 700.
Most of it due to his Midas on Jigglebilly. He is by far the last hit leader. 71 last hits on him. And he go ahead and rage TPs on bottom. He's so scared of stuff. Stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
he was like...
Power Treads up on the Lifestealer. Interesting. Not
That's
too
an
often we
old
see
school
that.
build. The phase drums is like...
The new standard by far.
Yeah.
I mean, you
well,
see
it's not
that-
even new anymore.
Yeah, but you see that, like, I'd say phase drums like 90% of the time, 95%.
Race
I mean,
car build,
it's
man.
really frequent.
It's really good. Is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, the power treads aren't bad, but they just don't give you that oomph. You know, sometimes you need
the
that
chasing
sprint.
speed.
to
He's
be
a
able to
melee
chase
hero,
people
and you
down,
get
yeah.
kited. You could already get kited pretty hard as lifestealer because everyone's looking to screw your damage over.
Yeah.
So you need phase just to catch up with people.
Even with phase drums, you still get kited pretty hard at times. So the power treads just make that even worse. We will see Ryuborez get dove on here, but Universe gonna whiff a little bit. Doesn't grab the lasso, takes a Dream Coil. Now he's in some trouble as Mirana joins the lane. That will be the first kill to come out. And Slark actually does grab a kill on Crystal Maiden around the backside, but they also grab PPD. Now Fear is in some trouble. He will pounce back. Will they have the damage to finish him off, though? He does have a TP. And I'm a sheep. He had to guess one way or the other and is off the mark with the arrow. Very unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed. Still not so bad. It looks like it was a 2-for-1. The Shadow Demon died to someone. Does not say who. I didn't actually catch him in the fight. But Arteezy still farming away in middle. They are even as CS.
Ryuborez. He's going to get destroyed by Arteezy in the mid lane. Hook shot off the mark. Wow, that probably would have been a counter kill. That was really close.
Yeah, that would have been a counter kill.
Oh, boy.
Actually, yeah, he would have mana for battery assault too, but no cogs.
And up top, they're going to defend this tower. Blink forward from the Batrider. He catches Lifestealer despite the Rage. Moonlight Shadow comes out. They'll need some kind of detection, but they won't have any way to interrupt the port as Rage does have a long enough duration. So those extra points in Rage actually coming in handy right there, and they do keep Jigglebilly alive.
Nice play by eHug.
Arrow does fly from long range, connects with PPD, but no follow-up will be there. Just going to delay this push a little bit, though I think EG can still secure this top tier 1 tower kill. So Jigglebilly is still the big breadwinner. Number 1 on the net worth chart by a good 1,000 gold or so. That will close a little bit here as this top tier 1 goes down, but he's been farming rather well, finding space around the map. Now has his drums up, also that magic stick.
These two towers will almost die simultaneously. Clockwork gets the last hit on bottom. Slark gets the last hit on top. And in the mid lane, Arteezy will take a spill due to... I don't actually know.
That was just a lot of damage. I mean, the Dream Coil, the Puck Nuke, Starstorm. I mean, Arteezy is not particularly tanky.
Yeah, but
right
usually
now.
when you're Ember Spirit, you would just be able to activate us Remnant back, but I think that it was nighttime, probably got caught out. Being a little bit too cocky, Boris now has his blink, so now life's even more difficult for EG. Batrider just hasn't found those good initiates like Universe usually does.
Yeah. There's been a couple times now when he's blinked forward and just fallen a little bit short. That super small cast range of Lasso.
Oh, look at Kix' positioning.
A little bit tricky, but oh yeah, in the trees here. Looking for an opening. They'll ping down bottom. They see themselves a Slark, and they want it. They will rotate down. Fear could be in some trouble.
Come along. Jigglebilly gets...
Uh-oh. And he's able to infest inside of a creep.
I mean, Lifestealer is just so darn hard to kill, though. Like, I don't even know.
He's been doing well with these infests. They'll bump right into Slark. He gets silenced, does cleanse it off with that Dark Pact. Now the Shadow Dance comes. Fear trying to do some damage. A decent Flame Break will buy them some time. Fire Remnants in. Puck will be the first to fall. Now I'm a Sheep in big trouble. Slark does get taken out by the Clockwork. It is a 2-for-1 in this engage in the Radiant Jungle. But make it a 1-for-3 as now EG clean it up.
It's all about
with the double kill.
Slark getting that Dark Pact off before the silence, though. That's just so important and so crucial to them winning that fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Slark did still fall, but now Jacobilly could be in a little bit of trouble. He doesn't have Infest up. He's already used it. Support is inbound. PPE
he can rage
well
TP,
mana,
please.
Yeah, you're right.
Rage TP. Strong.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
I mean, Jacobilly hasn't died, but at the same time, he hasn't been involved in that many kills.
He's died once. He's won 1 and 1.
Oh, yeah, he's died once. But, I mean, it's... Lifestealer with this much farm, you'd want him to be contributing to a lot more. I think that he should probably infest a puck more instead of just farming off on his own. Not exactly sure what his end game here is, because even if he gets super farmed, they can just destroy him with the Batrider. And Slark and Ember are still both pretty good versus them because they're both pretty elusive. So, I mean, I don't know.
In the draft, we talked about all the hard work that Jigglebilly will have cut out for him on the Lifestealer, because basically every hero of EG has some way to deal with Lifestealer. Rubik, the only one that doesn't really have a great tool. But still, they have a team that's just very well suited to deal with that particular hard carry. We'll see a smoke from Mason and Universe as they rotate from the mid lane up towards the top.
Mason's been really quiet this game.
He sure has. He's 1-0-2. He's yet to take a spill. Arcane Boots up. Pulling up for that
Billy, they want to kill on him yet again.
Hey there, Mr. Jiggle.
They know they have a ward there. I think Fear's Shadow Dance ran off.
And the smoke will expire.
Jigglebilly.
Jigglebilly. I guess he doesn't know. He gets stuck inside the lasso. Do they have the damage to take him out before he rage TPs, though? The Moonlight Shadow comes. I don't think they have any detection here either. And Jigglebilly will survive.
But all he's doing is surviving. He's not actually doing anything in return. He's not creating space for anyone on his team.
And they're slowing down his farm as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is living, though. That is an accomplishment.
That's something. Arteezy, Phase Boots into Drums, as a Ring of Aquila up as well. So just going a very early mid-game based build with the Ring, and then also the Magic Wand and Bottle. A lot of sustain. Curious to see where he's going to transition from here. I would guess it's going to be a Desolator coming out, but time will tell. Definitely won't be Battle Fury at this point. Double damage rune down bottom here at the 16-minute mark. Cakes will walk on by. He will leave it for Puck. Ryu Borez bottles it up, and now they ping out the Shadow Demon PPD. Oh no! He's going to get caught out, but there is support inbound. Cakes, this is bait, my friend. You are going to bite that worm, dangling on the hook. Ryu Borez pops in. They want to finish off PPD. Will they be able to do it, though? Puck and Clockwork get cleaned up. PPD still survives. What a disaster. Great support from EG. Yikes. That is the only word that could sum up that team fight, I think, for eHug. That was just...
They thought they were in a good spot, though, because they had this Observer War, and it looked like a solo Shadow Team, but he actually, I don't think he had his battery cell on right after he hookshot, because he was able to get his Disrupt off very, very easily. I think if they had a little bit more damage on him, then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, settled saying, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. A free PPD in the jungle. That was just too sweet. Well, some big items did come out following that little skirmish. Rubik now has his Blink Dagger up. There is a Force Staff up on Universe there on the Batrider. Slark, it looks like he's working towards his Shadow Blade, has the Claymore, and is reasonably close to that Shadow Amulet. Uh-oh, here we go. That's a lasso on to Pandago. Arteezy flying in as well. They'll be able to grab a kill on Crystal Maiden. Ryu Borez hopping in to do a little bit of damage, but will Orb phase shift back.
Rut-row.
Yep, Rut-row indeed. Still a free kill on the Crystal Maiden, not too shabby for EG. Continuing to grab momentum here, and Arteezy up to 1,400 gold. He jukes the arrow in the mid lane and just goes back to farming.
What's the end game, Jigglebilly? When are you going to stop farming? Or what are you going to farm for that will turn this game around? I am in question.
He has about 3.4k sitting in the bank, so it could be a Basher coming out.
Basher's not going to work.
Armlet?
Armlet.
Assault Cuirass?
They're all like mediocre. That's the thing. Like I don't know. I don't think there's one item even like a 5,000, 6,000 net worth that's going to change the game around for him.
MKB? Black King Bar? Rapier? Anything? No?
No.
He's just gonna keep farming.
I mean, like if he goes defensive items, they're not gonna have enough damage. If he goes offensive items, he's gonna die to the lasso.
Right.
And if he goes utility items, he's not really gonna have it either. Like Lincoln's might be like okay, I don't know. Like Armlet's probably just the best because it's well rounded. It gives you
some
defense
survivability, and you can toggle
and it's
it.
cheap.
Yep. Easy build up as well.
But they have a lot of magic damage too, so I don't know. Like
not an easy game for Jiggle.
Not an easy game. But we knew that from the get go. I'm curious to see what he's gonna go.
So what would you go? What would Merlini do?
I think I'd go Armlet.
Armlet.
He went Yasha.
Whoa. Is he gonna get a Sange and Yasha?
I think a Sange isn't bad either. If you want to go Sange and Halberd, that's also not bad.
Yeah, Halberd. Now that's an interesting thought. Uh-oh, there we go. I was looking for where that lasso would be. He'll find Ryu Borez. He does phase shift out, and the Moonlight Shadow flies as well. They don't secure the kill. And EG will just back up to safety as eHugs start to converge around that mid-tier 1.
Yeah, I'd say either Halberd or Armlet. You need like a defensive item that can duel as a.
There's no way he's just gonna go Manta, is he? I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like why would you get this Yasha before Sange if you're gonna go SNY in this scenario? Like he needs that HP buffer to survive the lasso. Like you're talking
apparently not. He's only died once.
Yeah, that's true. Still, Mason, he will steal Rage. Not the best ability,
hook shot missed by Cakes.
Arteezy hops in, does a lot of damage. Puck will be the first to fall, and now eHug in big trouble. Crystal Maiden gets picked off. Down goes the Clockwork. They will grab a counter kill on the Bat Rider, but now Jiggle Billy falls. It's a 1 for 4. Marana, the only one to survive, as she does make it back to the base. This will be the end of their Tier 1 tower mid as well. I think eHug are in big trouble here, Merlini.
They're in really big trouble. That was without lasso up, I believe, too. But they just can't handle all the damage coming out from EG. Like Stark does a lot of damage right now. He pretty much had free farm. He has treads, drums, and a Shadow Blade. On top of that, they have to deal with Arteezy's massive burst with his Fire Remnant. He's going to have his Desolator up really soon too. And I don't know. They just aren't able to get clean initiates and kills on them just because of the mass defensive abilities from EG. Like if you don't go on Shadow Demon, they can just defensively disrupt. There goes your Rage. There goes your Blink, Coil, Waning Rift, Illusory Orb, or Clockwork Hook.
Just look at how well EG handled themselves right there. They pressured the tower as hard as they could, and as soon as eHug were in a position to start to contest, they backed up. They juked the arrow. The Waning Rift only connected with Arteezy.
The fake back.
I mean, EG are they're handling themselves very well in this game. They are in good form, hot off their win from the Monster Invitational.
Yes.
And they're just looking sharp, man.
They're playing very well. They're playing well coordinated as a team. They're creating space. They're not over-farming, but not overextending, too.
And now that Sark has that Shadow Blade, he can be so much more aggressive. We see Fear just hiding in the trees.
Crystal Maiden is just
she's food.
Fresh meat at this point.
Pandago. He's got a Bracer and a Magic Wand, but it's just not enough. Puck, only a Blink Dagger, working towards some booties, or upgraded booties, I should say. The power treads, but still a little ways off. Jiggle Billy, he's got that Sang and Yang up, but I don't know. I think everyone knows how I feel about Sange and Yasha.
I don't think it's the worst choice here.
Not the worst choice, but, well, I guess that's true. Well, we'll hold that thought here as Cakes. He gets initiated on. Lasso connects. He will be the first to go down in this team fight. Now eHug will start to pursue. Arteezy actually in some trouble. The defensive disruption comes out. Dream Coil flies as well. They will grab a kill onto Mason. Arteezy still doing some damage with that Sleight of Fist. And he might be able to make it away here. Nope, not quite. So a nice cleanup from eHug. They do make it a 1 for 2, but Fear, he's not done yet. Sentry Ward comes down. Nice game sense from eHug, but it doesn't matter. They're all so low. He'll be able to finish off the Marana. Puck will do the panic phase shift. Is able to get the orb off. Fear forced to burn the ultimate. Pandago will burn his freezing field, but it will cost him his life. However, it baits in the Slark, and Jiggle Billy grabs another kill. PPD there with the disruption. Flame Break off the mark. Jiggle Billy still looking to pursue. Does have Rage coming up in just 1 second. I think PPD's in trouble. He will fall, and there's an Infest from Jiggle. So eHug with a sign of life, grabbing some recovery kills. Will they be able to finish off Universe as well? He does. Oh, he does have a TP scroll, and he'll blink out or port out to safety.
Well played, Jiggle Billy, doing the work. And this is what happens when you don't lasso him. in the team fight. They went on the Clockwork, but Clockwork, to be honest, hasn't been hitting that many hook shots, and he's not that important. I think they just need to reserve the last hit for Jiggle Billy, whether it's a... Ooh, Jiggle Billy taking a lot of damage.
Almost dying right there. Playing with fire, literally. I guess Sanjinyasha isn't too bad here. It's just
No, it's not bad. He needed at least some item that gives him HP.
he needed like a mid-game oriented item, something that can give him some damage, and also the movement speed isn't bad. It's kind of making up for the fact that he has power treads instead of phase boots, so that he can still get up in their face. I mean, right now, 441 movement speed. That's not too bad, given that he's got drums up as well. So I guess it does fit into this build.
He has a ton of HP. 2050 HP on a life stealer is pretty unusual, especially without an armlet. So he's doing well, but I mean, it's all on his back though.
Yeah, and still EG without a 5,000 gold lead, 7,500 experience. Looking at the net worth chart, you see Jiggle Billy at the top, but after that, it's 3 members of EG, and then you start seeing the rest of eHug. Puck is just so poor. Finally gotten up the power treads, but if he's going to be getting a sheep stick, it's going to be a long while. Fear now joining the fray. Hook shot off the mark again. Cakes. Oh, buddy. He has really not been on point this game with his Clockwork.
Not. I don't even think that hook shot would have yielded a kill. It might have actually yielded in his death, because Puck didn't have his blink up.
I mean, it's one of those situations where I want to say you miss 100% of hook shots you don't take, but in this case, he's missing almost 100% of hook shots he does take.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 1-5-2, 24 minutes in on a Clockwork. It's sort of like that Nyx Assassin. You need to be a playmaker. You need to be moving around the map, grabbing kills. That's where this hero shines. And when you're playing this kind of passive Clockwork and you're not setting up kills for your team, you're just not.
It's not that he's
right.
passive. He's just missing his hooks.
Well, that's true. That's
he also did give a free kill to Slark in the lane, which is really bad.
Yeah,
that should not happen.
I guess part of the momentum is, usually you want to see that Clockwork hit level 6 and then right away start moving around to set up kills, but he got shut down so hard in lane that there was never really that opening where he had a huge edge and then he could set up kills. Any lane opportunity where he could have rotated.
Universe?
Yeah, he was already behind, so... Universe now. He does have his BOTs up, also has picked up the gem. PPD actually was the one to buy it, but Universe is the gem carrier here. They will do a little bit of D-warding as Universe hops to the high ground. And, wow, just look at this map control from EG. We'll hit our F2, and they've got some wards down in the bottom Roche area. They've got a mid-lane ward. Whoops, missed that one right there. And then they've got one in the middle of the jungle. They've got their bases covered. Meanwhile, on the dire side of the map, they have absolutely no coverage right now. Their most effective ward is this tier 1 tower down in the bottom lane, which is just about to fall. Hook shot off the mark yet again. And here we see a Dream Coil connects with the 2 supports of EG. Ryuboris hops forward, but it will be the death of him. PPD does end up falling, but there's the lasso onto Jiggle Billy. Follow-up damage isn't there. There's another fight breaking out on the side. Arteezy doing an absurd amount of damage with this Desolator. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Arteezy will dive the tower, waiting for that Sleight of Fist to come up. He'll grab a kill on the Crystal Maiden, as well as the Mirana. And Clockwork, now he'll finish off Arteezy. But still, eHug not coming out ahead in that fight. It is going to be a 2 for 3.
Triple kill for RTZ, yeah, and Jiggle Billy lives yet again, so there is still some hope for eHug. They're just hanging in there fairly well.
That was a 5v4, though. Fear was up top, farming and pushing this tower that whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So, that, a 2v3 and a 4v5 is bad news bears for eHug.
Right, righto. I was like, how do they do so well in that fight? I didn't even notice. Old Fear was up there.
Old Fear.
Yeah, I mean, they need hook shots, though. Like, Clockwork's not a good hero if you can't hit hook shots.
Yep.
It's relatively
just like Mirana, just like Wind Ranger, you've got those skill shots. If you can land them, you're amazing.
I don't even think that is that hard to hit.
Hook shot? No. Yeah. I think it's one of the easier skill shots for sure.
Yeah, it's like super fast travel time.
Yeah, you don't really have to lead that hard. I mean, I think it's way easier than Arrow. And Cakes, oh gosh, he's in big trouble. The pounce does connect. Fear will burn the ultimate, and that's an easy kill. Now Universe hops in. He will grab a lasso, but
he is low.
He is dead.
Fear might die here too.
Yep, he doesn't have the Shadow Blade for another 3 seconds or so. And Bat Rider, he was carrying the gem. I don't know if he dropped it before that went down. Ooh, double sentries fly. They don't get the kill, but they do find a stray ward, so they find a positive there.
Well, Ember gets the gem. He's just like, what up? Here it is. Yeah, I don't know what Bat Rider was singing there. He was really low.
Is this PPD's gem? Okay, yeah, he handed off the gem. So Bat Rider didn't lose it there.
No, he lost it. They didn't pick it up.
Oh, and then Arteezy picked. Oh, okay, I understand.
They didn't pick it up.
So yeah, he dropped it. Arteezy grabbed it. Oof.
If they had it, I think they would have killed Slark.
Yes, certainly, and they wouldn't have had to waste 2 of their sentries.
These 4 supports.
Oh boy. Let's take a gander at the gold graph. take a goose at the gold graph. 7,500 gold, 10,000 experience. Jiggabilly is still like topping the charts by a pretty big margin here. 15.5k in net worth. Next highest is Slark at about 11.8.
But all they need to do is kite him during rage. Blink Lasso or just Demonic Purge or Defensive Disrupts. Either one of those will do fine.
So, and how you feeling about this build here? He went Casual Plate Mail into Desolator after the Sanjin Yasha.
Well, he's probably like, screw this, I don't have enough deeps.
Yeah.
I think Basher would have been better, but...
It's not a bad idea, though. I like the idea of a Casual Plate Mail for now. Go damage-based and then, transition back.
He doesn't have a problem surviving, though, in these fights.
Cakes, he'll get picked off again. Clockwork is just having... Oh, forgot to hit the cough button. Sorry about that.
Wow.
Ember Spirit will get dropped,
He
though.
just got dropped by the Puck combo. Puck and Fest.
Yep.
Arteezy is actually relatively underfarmed, I'd say, compared to... he's died a lot in these team fights, but he does have 11 kills to make up for it. He is third on net worth behind Old Man Fear and, as you said before, the Life Stealer. He's whopping 16,500, but sooner or later... I don't know. I still think that Life Stealer is just not going to be that effective. They have all their farm concentrated on one hero, but they have all these great single target disables.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, if there's that big team fight, maybe a round of Roche. We're 30 minutes in now. We still haven't seen either side pay much attention to Roshan. So if we see a big team fight there, if Life Stealer dies without buyback, I mean, what's eHug going to do? They've got this Puck with a blink, 1,700, still working towards what I can only assume will be a sheep stick. But
I mean, if Life Stealer dies even with a buyback, by the time he gets back there, his team's going to be wiped. Because they can do very, very little without his damage output.
Fear does find a solo kill on the Crystal Maiden. Now he's going to grab a double kill. Fear just soloing the world. He will make it a 2-for-1. Now Universe joining the fray, but he is all alone. He lassos Jiggabilly, but where's the follow-up?
He does so much damage to Universe, my goodness. Wow. And that was a nice arrow coming out from I'm a Sheep Sucks to stun lock the Slark without his Dark packed up.
Universe, he's made a couple of questionable plays over the past 5 minutes or so. He's had a couple of just YOLO lassos like that where he hops in and lassos and then there's nobody around.
What other types of lassos are there?
Yeah, I don't know, the ones when your team are there to help you kill him.
Oh my
God, that Puck! He just got obliterated.
Did he get crit?
He must have. I mean, that was ridiculous how fast
that's when you click on the killed by. What happened to me?
Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, obviously this Ember Spirit's starting to get a bit scary. Jiggabilly will grab that top tier 1 tower kill, so finding a little bit of gold, that'll take the total tower count now 5-2 in favor of EG.
He's pretty darn close to his AC.
Yeah. 2,400 gold. Yeah, you're right about that. Just needs the recipe and that chainmail down bottom. PPD, he gets stuck inside of a frostbite. Cakes, easy cogs, defensive disruption. Arteezy popping forward with a triple remnant. Will it be enough to save PPD? No, it won't, but I think Cakes will go down. Ember Spirit finishes him off. Down goes Pandago as well.
What's with the double support smoke? It was a clock and a Crystal Maiden. That's it.
That's it.
Their best case is they find a Shadow Demon alone, and even then it's just one hero kill and on a support.
Yeah. Arteezy takes an arrow to the face at the tower, but no follow-up with 2 dead. No hook shot in. Yeah, that was just a strange exchange. I mean, Shadow Demon's not even that great of a target because of the defensive disruption. He bought himself enough time for Arteezy to get there. Then it was just an easy cleanup.
Uh-oh, Abyssal up on Slark. Now Life Stealer is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
He's still hard to kill, though. He has 2,500 HP and 27 armor.
Mm-hmm.
Yowza.
Yeah, that Desolator will help.
Oh, he's getting lifted up. Oh, this could be that
Jiggabilly. Lasso onto the high
ground. He doesn't have a TP anymore.
He will rage. It's going to expire in just a couple seconds. There's the Abyssal. They're just going to cut through him. Cut him down. And does he have a buyback available?
Nope.
No. 600 gold in the bank. This is bad news for Team eHug. EG could secure Roche here, but they just want to go for the base. Or, no, I spoke too soon. Looks like they just want to go for Roche. The smart choice, but will be an easy Roche. Nothing that eHug can do about it. This gold graph is
they can go for a YOLO blink by Puck.
Yeah, I mean, eHug could try to contest here, but it's not going to be easy. Arrow comes in, actually connects with Roche.
The hook shot misses again.
Oh my gosh, how do you miss that hook shot?
He got blocked by Ryu, but I think that's the Clockwork's job.
Oh, Marana gets killed. They're just going to get cleaned up here. Arteezy doing a lot of damage as well. Down goes the Crystal Maiden. Down goes the Puck. Now Cakes is in big trouble. It will be a full 5-man wipe. And EG, Well, they secured Roshan, who grabbed themselves the Aegis. It is fear.
I think it's about right for the double gay gays.
Yeah.
Man.
GG, as they say in French.
That's. I mean, the thing is, they have just so much resting on Jiggle Billy right now, and he just can't do anything. It's a limitation of the hero.
We've brought this up so many times. They've have so much stock in the Lifestealer. It's not a fault of Jiggle Billy's farming. It's not even really a fault of the way he's been playing or positioning. It's just that EG built their draft around shutting down this Lifestealer. Front and center, point in case, why you don't second pick Lifestealer. It's just not good.
No.
It's just not good. He's not worth it. He's not worth the pick that early on.
2 versions ago.
Yep, it's just too easy to draft around him. Universe will take an arrow, but support is nearby, and well, no follow-up. So eHug, they might be able to turtle up and hang in there a little bit longer, but this is... The fat lady is singing, Merlini.
Ember Spirit's huge, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not only is Slark, like, massive, he has 16,000 net worth, Ember Spirit is just closely behind with 15,500.
Is Arteezy going to grab, like, a late-game Battle Fury here with this Claymore?
I have no idea.
Or is he going to go Shadow Blade? What's he doing with this Claymore here?
It doesn't matter what he gets. If you get 5 Claymores, I think he'd be okay.
Yeah. Sell the Ring of Aquila and Drum Endurance. Whoa, long-range hook shot. It'll connect. Finally, he grabs one, but Mason, well, he will fall. Meanwhile, though, Ember Spirit just picking on the poor Mirana. Arteezy, he is doing so much damage. Support coming in. They will actually grab a kill onto Arteezy. Universe will lasso onto Cakes. Will the follow-up damage be there?
Pop.
Shadow Poison. Yes, they will. Now Slark coming in. This is sort of an odd exchange. Slark is silenced.
He can do it.
He's got the ultimate up. Now he can start going ham. Mirana, she bought back for this, and she will fall. Now Jiggle Billy, he's coming on in. He's jiggling all over the place. He'll proc the Aegis.
He did not need to use Abyssal on the Mirana. Mirana already had Leap Down, and I think this is with his wasted cooldown, he might pay for it.
EG getting a little sloppy here, but Slark will survive. Universe.
I think they just didn't count on Clockwork hitting a hook.
I mean, it's a fair assumption that he's going to miss, and I feel bad picking on Cakes, but he's just been so far off the mark with so many of these hook shots.
I think he took more teammates than enemies.
Yeah. I mean, it's really just... Ugh, you got it. You got to land those hooks. Pandago, he'll get caught inside of a lasso. Fear, you can finish him off. Yep, there you go. Now Jiggle Billy, he's laying in the damage. Batrider falls. There's another gem on the ground, but no one too interested in picking it up. Now Jiggle Billy will get telekinesis. Hook shot off the mark again. Again, they were right there, Cakes. Cheese and crackers. But Slark will get picked. They will grab themselves the gem, so eHug...
Oh, man. Lifestealer is just beasting it up.
Yeah, I mean, EG, they're just suiciding into eHug at this point. This is... Now we've got a game on our hands here, Merlini.
I think so. He has 4,700 gold to his name. They keep using their important single target things not on the Lifestealer. That's the big thing. They used Demonic Purge on the Clockwork to get the kill. He used Abyssal on the Potom post-leap. And then he used Lasso on another target to get the kill. If they just save all those, just save everything for the Lifestealer, because nobody else does any damage.
Yeah, well, PPD will get picked off as well, so Jiggle Billy, he's going to jiggle his way into a few more kills. He's now unstoppable. He's level 25.
He's 13-3.
Oh my gosh, Jiggle Billy with 5,000. I mean, he could grab a rapier at this point. There's still a chance. I don't know. What do you do now, though? I mean, all of a sudden, eHug, somebody threw him a bone. This golden experience graph, it's still...
I think you get a...
I think
you get a Lincoln's, so you don't get kited during your raid.
Stinking with the Lincoln, yeah.
Or you go Heart, so because they don't really have anything that great versus Heart.
Yeah, that's true.
Heart or Lincoln's, I'd say.
Yeah, if Heart would be good just to up that HP buffer, survive the lasso.
He'd have... Oh my gosh, he has so much HP with Heart.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about like close to 4,000.
Yeah. He will sell the drums. He's going to buy himself a TP scroll. It's almost time to sell that Midas, buddy. He's got now 7,000 gold thanks to...
Yeah, I think we counted them out too early. I was like, oh, this is over at post
but I think it could have been, but I mean, EG, you got to admit, they definitely got sloppy. Like, EG had that mindset of, all right, this is over, boys. Let's have some fun. Okay, there. And...
what's he going to buy? Let's watch Jiggle Billy at Basher. Oh, okay. I forgot about Basher.
Abyssal. Yeah, I forgot about Abyssal.
Does he need more damage? I don't know. I still think...
I think Heart
it looked like he had a Basher, though.
Yeah.
Like the way he was just owning fools.
Yeah. I think he just needs to survive at this point. Damage is not their problem. It's surviving the single target. And in this next team fight, I'm pretty sure EG will turn up the juice a little bit.
Turn up the heat on Jiggle Billy.
Yep.
He does have Abyssal, though. Abyssal's scary. I think a big problem with Ember, he just, like, dies in, like, 4 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Looking at his damage, I don't know what the casual claymore is for, but hopefully he has a better plan for it than we suspect.
I mean, maybe it's a Shadow Blade, but it's just a weird, like, at this point, is Battle Fury even really good at this point? I don't know.
No, they're going for Infest Gank, but it's only going to be on a
They're
Rubik.
going to smoke up, and will it even be on the Ruby Tuesday? He'll be able to blink out Mason with the good reaction. And Puck hops forward. There's the silence, and whoa, okay, Ghost Scepter. Defensive disruption. Puck will burn the Dream Coil for that. And they still won't get the kill. Pandago, he gets destroyed. Jiggle Billy, now he's going to go blow for blow with Beer. He get Fear, not
Okay,
Beer.
see, this is where they actually used, Demonic Purge, Abyssal, and Lasso on him, and then that's just, he can't do anything. They finally realized what they needed to do, and they are not messing around anymore.
Cakes will pour it out, or he'll try to at least, but he gets disrupted. Now Cakes falls. That is a 4-for-0 exchange. They don't even kill the Rubik. I don't know why Ryubora has burned his Dream Coil on that Rubik, though. I mean, Dream Coil is good to keep him in place to do the follow-up damage. Dream Coil is not a finisher type ability. It's just a waste of the cooldown.
Oh, I think he thought it was going to kill him.
Oh, like it was going to be enough to finish him?
Yeah, it was almost enough to finish him. It was really close. He had like 50, 60 HP.
Yeah, close-ish, yeah.
I think he should have used it earlier. To be fair.
I mean, it's just...
He wanted to be stingy with it, but well, now
eHug with the right idea, though. They wanted to smoke up. They had Jiggle Billy.
yeah,
with
it was the
his-
wrong target though.
With his Abyssal.
Like as soon as they saw the Rubik blink and force that way, you just like whatever, screw it. It's just a Rubik.
Yeah. Well, Tier 3 tower in the mid falls. A blink forward will secure the kill on the Crystal Maiden. Compliments of that Bat Rider Lasso. There is a glyph available for the Dire side. And
This would be a really hard game for EG to throw, though.
it is EG after all, Merlini.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
And it is a Battle Fury on Arteezy. He'll just sit outside of the well and clean up the Marauder and Puck. Oh, God. Well,
GG.
there you go. The 40-minute Battle Fury is enough to scare eHug into tapping out.
40-minute Battle Fury is only good on Ember.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. The only hero that can get away with that.
Unless you're against a PL and you really need it. But
PL.
who plays PL?
Yeah. Oh, against the PL. you
Against
mean.
the PL,
Okay, yeah, to clear up the illusions. Okay, yeah. Every so often, a late game cleave can really come in handy. Like if you're like mega creeped but still in the game and you just need to clear creeps.
Usually it's Maelstrom, though. Or especially
Yeah,
with Mjolnir
Maelstrom
getting
works,
super
yeah.
buffed. But anyways, well played by Team EEG. They took it to eHug. eHug with some nice moves here and then, but I mean, on the back of Lifestealer against that many single target disables, it wasn't a draft fail. They still could have made it work, but they didn't get far enough ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So, well played.
Yep,
Well played.
a fun game at least. Jiggle Billy showed us that he's got some skills to pay the bills. He farmed very well, picked up a lot of kills that game. Just, I mean, we kind of are beating the dead horse at this point. It was more of a drafting issue than anything else. That was game 3 of 4 for our day 1 of the America qualifiers. And we've got one last game coming up here, guys. It will be Revenge versus CNB, the team that we know a little about. It is scheduled to start in just about 20 minutes. So, again, we'll have a short break, and then we'll be coming on back for our final match of the day. Thank you for joining us. I'm Zyori. With me is Merlini. We're staying off camera for the last few games today to deal with this sync issue. Thanks for joining us on Beyond the Summit. We will return.